Richard Hargrove lived in Pine Ridge. It was a small town. He had a wife, Sarah. They had two beautiful children. Life was good. Richard had always worked hard. He believed in the American dream. He started a small construction company. He built homes for families in his community. Richard found joy in his work. He took pride in providing for his family. Richard had a dream. He wanted to grow his business. He wanted to create jobs for people in Pine Ridge. He talked to Sarah about it often. She always supported him. They were a team. They were building a life together. The world changed. The economy crashed. People stopped buying homes. Richard's business suffered. He lost contracts. He had to lay off workers. He struggled to make ends meet. Richard fell into debt. He couldn't pay his bills. He lost his home. He felt like a failure. The stress took its toll. Richard and Sarah fought. They couldn't agree on anything. The pressure was too much. Sarah left. She took the children. Richard was alone. He was broken. Richard hit rock bottom. He lost everything. His business, his home, his family. He felt hopeless. He felt lost. He blamed himself. He thought he had failed. Richard spent days doing nothing. He couldn't eat. He couldn't sleep. He saw no way out. He was lost in his despair. One morning, he woke up. He looked in the mirror. He didn't recognize himself. He was tired. He was broken. But he was alive. He had a choice. He could give up or he could fight. Richard chose to fight. Richard knew he had to start over. He moved to a small apartment. He started looking for work. He took any job he could find. He worked construction. He worked as a handyman. He worked long hours. He saved every penny. He was determined to rebuild his life. Slowly, Richard got back on his feet. He rented a small workshop. He started taking on small construction jobs. He did good work. People started to notice. They started recommending him to their friends. Richard was building a new reputation. One built on hard work and honesty. Section 5. A chance encounter, a new path. One day, Richard was working on a renovation project. He met an architect named Emily. She was impressed by his work ethic. She was also impressed by his craftsmanship. They started talking. They discovered a shared passion for design and building. Emily helped Richard see the potential in sustainable building materials. Emily introduced Richard to new building techniques. She showed him how to use sustainable materials. She taught him about energy-efficient design. Richard was eager to learn. He embraced these new ideas. He saw an opportunity to build a better future for himself and for the environment. Section 6. Learning new tricks, building a future. Richard started incorporating sustainable practices into his projects. He used recycled materials. He installed solar panels. He built energy-efficient homes. His clients loved it. They were saving money on energy costs. They were reducing their carbon footprint. Richard's business boomed. Richard expanded his company. He hired skilled workers. He invested in new equipment. He became a leader in sustainable construction. He was living proof that doing good could also be good for business. But something was missing. Section 7. More than bricks and mortar. Richard was successful. He had rebuilt his life. He had a thriving business. He had everything he thought he ever wanted, yet he felt empty. He realized that success wasn't just about money. It wasn't just about buildings, it was about something more. He had lost himself along the way. Richard started to reflect on his life. He thought about his priorities. He realized he had been so focused on work, he had neglected his personal life. He had forgotten what was truly important. He yearned for connection. He wanted to find meaning beyond his work. Section 8. Finding peace, finding purpose. Richard started making changes. He started taking time for himself. He reconnected with his children. He started volunteering at a local community center. He found joy in helping others. He realized that true fulfillment came from giving back. Richard also started meditating. He found peace in silence. He learned to appreciate the simple things in life. He let go of his past regrets. He forgave himself for his mistakes. He embraced the present moment. Section 9. The true measure of success. Richard Hargrove had come full circle. He had gone from ruin to resilience. He had learned that true success wasn't about material possessions. It wasn't about status or power. It was about character. It was about integrity. It was about compassion. Richard's journey taught him that life is a gift. It taught him that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. He learned that true wealth is measured in love, kindness, and the connections we make along the way. His story is a reminder that we all have the power to overcome adversity. We all have the strength within us to rebuild our lives. We all have the capacity to find meaning and purpose, no matter what life throws our way.